Hello. So I haven't been able to do, I need the sunglasses on. I'll just video without seeing what I'm doing. Um, I haven't been able to do a video in a couple of weeks. Been really tired, but I did make it 8 days without a migraine or Chiari headache. So that was really awesome. But here I am, just got done with PT, which was an hour of exhausting. Um, and then I had my first appointment um, with an orthotist here to make an orthotic or to get an orthotic. We're having all kinds of red tape issues with that, so that's what I kind of just want to update about, is because a lot of times we take for granted the fact that you could walk in and have an appointment and get what you need and go. But instead, I'm finding there's a lot of red tape and bureaucratic BS, and then, of course, insurance has to weigh in on all of it too. And it's like you have to prove without a doubt that you're not faking it and that you are trying things, and that, like, to get what it is that you need. And it's just, it's a little frustrating. Like, I can smile and laugh about it. I'm generally a pretty pleasant person in those ways. I never take it out on the specialists that I see unless clearly there's something that's wrong on their part. Gosh, the bags under my eyes are terrible. This is chronic fatigue, people. I'm tired all the time. I had like 9 hours of sleep last night. Every night. Every night is 8 to 10 hours of sleep and I'm exhausted. Anyways, I've got a headache. I'm tired. Let me try to stay on track. Let's see. So, originally, the PM&R doctor at this hospital system here, the university hospital system here, suggested a knee brace because my knee buckles. Okay, great. She's like, you can go see PT. We'll get you started on PT. We'll get you set up to go to see the person about getting the knee brace. Okay. I've told them, well, then the PT had me try on the ankle foot orthotic called an Allard toe off. And it was amazing. Amazing. My knee didn't buckle. My ankle worked properly and did what it was supposed to do. And within a few steps, I was walking so wonderfully, right? To the point that I cried making my video after my appointment. I got to use it one more time or two more times during PT. And then she's like, okay, now you have to take it off and give it back to me. And I'm like, no. So that is out of reach still. It's still out of reach. So today I had to have, there's been messages back and forth between the OT or the PT and the PM&R doctor and the O&P, which stands for orthotics and prosthetics people, back and forth, trying to get it sorted out. And the doctor's like, well, I'll change the prescription once you show me that you don't need the knee brace. Like, if the PT said this device works wonderfully, why won't they just take the PT's word and do it? So we're just playing the game and going along with it. The O&P person had me try on the maximum support knee brace that we could do. I could not move my knee. Like, to walk, I had to, like, pick up my whole leg and, like, put it in front of me, okay? My knee still buckled with a monstrous knee brace on, as tight as we could get it. My knee still buckled. And it was almost impossible to walk. With the Allard toe off, I was fine. It was lovely. Yes, I had to think about walking, and I had to have to, like, get my brain to, like, think about how I'm doing it and change it, which totally makes sense when my brain is used to compensating for the way that my body is not functioning. So being able to function differently, you have to get used to it and adjust to it. That totally makes sense. Well, within like 4 steps, this person was like, yeah, this isn't working. Their knee is still buckling. Sorry, I just saw my PT. I want to make sure people don't get in the video. So, there we go. Okay. This is people passing by, getting out of work and stuff like that. They don't need to be in my video, right? And there's tons of open disabled parking spots. So I am still in my disabled parking spot because there's like 8, 9, 10 at least around me. So I don't feel like I'm taking up like the only disabled parking spot. Otherwise I would have moved my car. So now we have to do this back and forth game. The O&P person I saw today could not officially assess and measure me for the Allard toe-off. So she's made notes to the person who can assess me. Once the doctor changes the prescription, then we can get on the next step, where then I have another appointment with the correct person. Then we have to get insurance to approve it, and then it has to get ordered and get to me. So maybe I'll have it by my birthday, which is middle of June. Really hoping. Also, it's hot, so I've got the air conditioning on and have the car running, so that's why the video is shaking. I should probably come up with another setup, but it's just like whether I think I can handle doing the video or not after. I don't really plan when I do these. So yeah, that's about where I'm at. I still have no answers from any doctors about anything about what could be causing these problems. I had a follow-up with the PM&R doctor, and she was kind of meh about trying to find me a diagnosis. So my next in-person with her in a couple of months, I'll be like, okay, we need to assess for some things, like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Could that be causing it? Well, the orthopedic doctor said she didn't think that something like that would be causing it. It's just back and forth, over and over and over again. Anyways, story of my life. So the next step, I just keep going to PT. Someone figures out the orthotics business, and I get it eventually. I am seeing an allergist because I have this constant pressure in my sinus. And when I lay down at night, it gets way worse. I can only sleep on my left side. If I lay on my right side, it presses into my other sinus and I can't breathe out of my nose at night. So then I wake up with like a sore throat and things like that. So the allergist, I was not too keen on. And yeah, it's hard to try to explain that one. I was not too keen on him and his process and methods. I think we would have done some allergy testing right then at my first appointment, except that I had taken a Zyrtec to try to help with one night of sleep to see if it would take the swelling down. And so can't do the allergy testing until that's been out of my system for like 10 days or something like that. So I've got an appointment set up with him for some actual allergy testing. I'm concerned about the mold in my apartment, and he doesn't think that we'll be able to test for that, so maybe he'll be able to refer me to somebody else that can help with that and see if that's the problem. I figure if they don't find anything, then I'll probably try an ENT and be like, okay, why is there swelling? What is the swelling? The allergist gave me a nasal spray, and I do that just on the left side, mostly because that's the side that's bad. And I've been sleeping a little bit better with that, like not waking up with a sore throat every time. My main side effects from that seems to be a little bit of sore throat, like the few hours after, because like dripping down, like sinus stuff dripping down your throat can cause some weirdness, and weird dreams, all kinds of weird dreams at night. So I try not to take it right before bed. Like my first time I took it right before bed and my dreams were wild. So I try to take it in the afternoon. My dreams don't seem to be quite as wild, but they're still weird. I can sleep through them at least. I was really hoping to be able to go for walks and things like that with the orthotic. Walk into a store and get what I need. I think it's still going to be noticeable. You can still tell. I'm going to do some videos like a before and after, like walking without the orthotic and then put on the orthotic and do like walking with it and see, so people can see the difference there. This is about it for my updates. I'm hoping I can make it longer between the migraines and headaches like I did the 8 days. That was awesome. I got a mark for today, though, because I woke up feeling like my head was a cement-filled balloon. And my neck has been hurting, which hasn't been a fun one, but it's not progressed. I took one medicine, it didn't seem to help, but it's not gotten worse, so we're just kind of rolling with it. What else? I'm still taking the Rick Simpson oil. I think that is helping. I would take it in the daytime, but I need to be able to parent and make sure that I'm functioning properly. No hard feelings towards people who feel like they can function properly on it during the daytime, but my body's just really sensitive. And since it's just me, I need to be able to, know that I could drive a car and legally and safely. So that doesn't work for me. I've been listening to a podcast called No End in Sight. Love it. For anyone who has chronic illnesses, I highly recommend it. For people who don't but want to know what it's like to live like us, I highly recommend it. They get into lots of conversations about people's stories, so it's one person at a time, and they talk about it. Oh, I'll link it in my description so people can go check it out. And it's done by a woman named Brianne Bennis. I think I said it right. And she has written how I found it is she wrote an article called "Disease Begins Before Diagnosis," because so many of us go with symptoms and clearly have a disease process going on and no diagnosis. And it's almost like we are invalidated until we get a diagnosis and prove without a doubt that we're not making it up. And I think she did a TED Talk recently. I haven't watched it yet, but I think pretty recently she did a TED Talk. So that would be cool if people want to check that out. The other thing that's been really helped me and validated my experience is when I watched Jennifer Bria's documentary called Unrest, and she has also done a TED Talk. It's a BREA, I think is her last name. I can link some things in the comments or in the notes, and people can check things out. So, yeah, those things have helped me. And I recently went on the podcast I was listening to yesterday. Someone mentioned a supplement combination that their neurologist recommended for their headaches. So I haven't finished listening to it, but I'm going to check it out. It is B2, magnesium, and CoQ10. I take magnesium, but I have not taken those things combined with that. So I'm curious, and reading about it makes sense. It helps with energy processes in the cell, and it can help with a couple different things, and maybe that'll help with the fatigue as well, because the cells, might not be getting the energy that they need. So, all right, that is it. I need to eat a snack and drive home and go get my kiddo. So, thanks for watching, anybody that's out there.